Hi ladies, hi gents. I want to share a quick video with you today. This is a project that I just made because I wanted to make something. It's not for anything in particular, I just wanted to make a box. So before I show it to you, I started off with a cardboard cigar box. Over here a lot of the cigars are in cardboard boxes rather than wooden ones, so the wooden ones aren't so easy to get hold of over here, and when you do find them they're really high priced, but we do get the cardboard ones, which are you know, chipboard cardboard, so they're quite sturdy. So I started off with a cardboard cigar box, and I just wanted to do a lace box. Okay, so I'll just show you. Okay, so this is the box, and what I did is I gessoed it all, and then I used a pearlescent paint on top of that, and this is a Martha Stewart one. I think it's called Champagne actually. So I covered the whole box in that first, and including the inside, so it's got a lovely pearl sheen to it. As you can see on the bottom, I've used flat back pearls for feet. Okay, so there's quite a bit on here. Okay, so let me see, let me start down here. So I had this gorgeous pleated cotton lace trim, and it has the tiny crochet lace on the bottom of the pleats. I'll zoom in a bit, you can just see it's got like this crochet piece on the bottom. So I used 2 layers of that on here, and then in between the 2 layers I've also added another tiny lace in between. It's really hard to see with it all being cream. So I've done that all the way around the box. Okay, I'll draw a little bit. Let me put this up. Okay. So then above, that's better. Above that, I've used this beautiful Venice lace with the roses at the top, and then with the insert below. This is all one lace, and then I've added this coffee coloured ribbon through the lace just to tie the colours in. And again, I've done that all the way around the box, you can see. And I think this lace was from the Lace Mama actually, on eBay, but she doesn't have anything in her store at the moment, so I'm not sure if she's just on holiday or just not got stuff in the store at the moment. Okay, then on the top I used this beautiful lace from my stash that had these slight overhanging scallops, so I've used that on the front and the back. And then on top of that I've used some of the dangle lace, and you know I love this lace. This is actually from Tresor, this lace here. So again, I've used that hanging down the front, and then I've done the same thing on the back. So I have the scalloped lace and then the dangle lace on top. So the front and back look exactly the same. Okay, on the sides, the lid at the sides, I just used a tiny cotton lace underneath with scallops, and then this tiny flower and drop lace on the sides. I've done that on both sides. And most of these laces are just ones that I've been hoarding, and I just wanted to use what I've got this year. I'm really going to try not to hoard and to use the things that I have in my stash. Okay, so then on the top, let me just pull out, I have this embroidered lace that has tiny seed beads and sequins sewn onto it in this kind of coffee colour or tea dye colour here, and it does have, let me see if I can show you the seed beads. So you can just see here there's tiny seed beads and sequins, and they're iridescent, so it just gives it a tiny bit of sparkle on the lace. So what I did is I used a strip of it this way and then turned it over and had a strip going that way, and they met in the middle, so that I could have the scallops. And then down the centre of them where they met, I've used the same tiny lace that I've used on the sides, the two sides, with the little flowers and the tiny drop. And then I've doubled up the flowers, so just to give it a little bit of dimension in between, I've added a second flower on top of them all, just to give it that little bit of dimension. Not on top of them all, just on some of them, yeah. And I've got that going down the centre of the box. And then offset to either side, I've done the same sort of flower arrangement. So if I just zoom in on one. So I had this gorgeous leaf swirl applique in my stash, so I put that on, and then I made a flower using doilies. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4 layers of these to make this flower. And then I've used an earring in the centre. I've used some of the leaf appliques either side, and then I've put some of these pearl clusters either side on top of the leaves. Let me zoom in a bit so you can see that. So that just gives it a bit of dimension, and I've done the same on that side, and that's the flower. So I repeated this up in this corner on the opposite side of the box, and again I've used exactly the same things, the same flower, same appliques, and the bead sprays. So it's dimensional, but not too dimensional. And I just love how this has turned out. I really love how this has turned out. It is just so tactile, and I just love the laces. I love lace. I love looking at lace, and I just wanted a box covered in lace. So that's my box covered in lace. And I used a lot. So I really am trying to use what I have in my stash, rather than buying new stuff. There's no point in hoarding it. It might as well be on a project where we can see it rather than hoard it. Well, that's what I think. Well, that's my idea behind not hoarding anymore, that it should be on display and used and enjoyed. So that is kind of my resolution for 2014, is to not hoard and to use what I have in my stash as much as possible. Yeah, so this is my lace box, so I really hope you like it. It took me quite a long time to make, actually, because finding the right laces that went together for what I wanted it to look like, but I got there in the end, so I am happy how it's turned out, and hopefully I should be back with another project very soon. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will speak to you all soon. Bye for now.